Everybody. I'm sorry, a little bit of darkness is here, but we're going to do a lot of amazing things to bright up our future, bright up our world. Let me share with you. Let me ask you a question. Before we start, let me ask you a question. And the question is, there are two people. There are two people running. One is running at the speed of 10 kilometers per hour. Okay. And the second person who is running 20 kilometers per hour. And they're running towards something. They're running in some directions. Who do you think will become more successful? Who do you think will become more successful and win faster and achieve all the goals? If we have to compare the speed, who looks to be more successful? The person running 10 kilometers per hour or 20 kilometers per hour? Who's going to be more successful? Okay, somebody says 10, somebody says 20. Okay. I think Mukul got it. Mukul got it. Some of you got it. Some of you got it. The person who will win and will become successful. Okay, the person who will win and become successful is the person who knows which direction is the destination. The person who is running in the right direction will win, irrespective whether you're running at a 10 kilometer per hour speed or 20 kilometer. Imagine if the 20 kilometer per hour person running in a wrong direction. The person is going to reach, I don't know when, but he's going to go farther and farther and farther away. And here's the thing. Do you know when there's a missile that is launched and it is targeted to a specific object or thing or place? If there is a missile which is launched from the earth, and if it deviates even by small centimeter or millicentimeter at the beginning, do you know where this missile will end up? It's going to be on a different location altogether. Forget about the target. It may land on a different planet altogether if it is outside the universe. So what does that mean? It means having a goal is more important than the speed of execution. If you do not even know what your goals are, if you do not know what your destination is, it does not even matter how fast you run, how fast you work. But the problem is, most of the people, they do not have their goals written. They don't have written, or they don't even know it. And handful of people, they know their goals and write their goals. There was a survey done, maybe by Harvard or the Yale University. This was maybe in 1969 or 1979. And they did a survey on a group of students. And they asked the students and they checked about the goals. And they found out that 84% of the people had no goals. 84%. And out of remaining 16%, 13%, they had goals. They knew their goals, but they had not written it down. Okay, if they wrote down maybe once, twice, and that's about it, but mostly they did not write it down. They had their goals in their mind, what they want to achieve. And there's only 3% of the students they had written. Not only they knew their goals, but they wrote their goals as well. And they wrote it very frequently, often, some of them daily. And 10 years after that, they did a survey again to check where they have reached. And do you know what the findings were? You will love it. You will love it. They saw that the second category, 13% of the people who knew their goals but had not written their goals, they were making twice the money than the first category, which is the 84% who did not know their goals. Double. Then what happened to the third category? The third category people, the 3%er, when they surveyed them, they were making not twice, not thrice, 10 times more money. Yes, the 10x. And this is the real survey, real situation. Now, if I have to connect the dots to my life, let me tell you, I have been the guy who never wrote goals, who did not even know I was in the first category, 84% category, for more than 33 years. If you talk about the corporate, more than 13, 14 years, I was in the first category. And I was thinking that I'm growing and I'm improving, but I did not even know if I'm growing in the right direction. I did not even know if I'm improving the right direction. This is like running at a 20-kilometer speed, but I don't know what my destination is. And hence, there was no satisfaction. There was no real growth that I can measure, and I cannot call myself a success then. Then later on, I started my journey of writing the goals, finding the goals. For again 2 years, I was writing it sometime, I was not writing it sometimes. I was better than the previous version of me, and I got a little bit of success. I was writing the goals, but I did not know proper way of writing goals and planning my year. So for 1 or 2 years, I was just doing whatever I can. Only until last 2 years or 2.5 years, I strategically planned and executed my year. Initially, it was not so good, but the year after I improved, and this year I sat with my team to plan my entire year. And guess what? We have measured everything, we have listed down everything, we have set up goals for everything, and that is what you're going to learn today. Okay? But before I ask you, which category do you belong to? 1, 2, or 3? 84, right? Just put it in chat box. First, second, or third. What category are you in? First, second, or third, right? First is 84. Second is knowing the goals but not writing the goals. And third is knowing the goals and writing the goals as well. Wonderful. See, this is the first step. If you want to achieve something, you need to know what you are looking to achieve. If you want to be successful, you should define what does the success mean to you. How would you say that this year will become really successful? You need to know the measurement. At what stage you will call yourself successful, right? Sonia says 1, Himanshu says 3, Jamil says 2, Shakshi says 84%, Anand says 3, wonderful. Banu says 2, Anil says 1, Dulal says 3. Great, wonderful. I'm glad that we are starting this year on a different note. You see, as Les Brown or somebody said that if you continue to do what you have been doing, you will continue to get what you have been getting. This year, we have to change that pattern. This year, we have to break that pattern. And today, I'm going to share with you no theoretical, but the practical ideas, because this is all practical. And I'm going to give you some blueprints, some formulas that I used after researching and learning from so many coaches and mentors. Finally, I found some formula and customized them for my own use. And I use those formula for myself. And I'm going to share that with you today. So congratulations for making a decision to join this session and learning, but stay all the way till the end, because you will learn complete knowledge. Don't have a half knowledge. Stay all the way till the end to have a complete knowledge of goal setting. So what are we going to learn today? We are going to learn how do you create your goals in all the aspects, not just the money, but all the entire aspect. You will also understand how do you plan your entire year. What are the big themes? You also will have checkpoints. You'll also understand how do you plan your calendar? How do you do reverse engineering? You also will learn the priority management. How do you prioritize things? And then I'll have a call to action for all of you at the end of the session. Okay. Are you ready? Put it in the chat box if you're ready and excited to get started. Pankaj, Bharat, Shiva, Jose, Sashi, Dulal, Ayush, Aniket. Wow. We have, I think, Hundreds of people today, hundreds. I don't know, easily, if I had to combine both the places, more than 300, I think, easily, more than 300. Yeah, wonderful. Excellent, excellent. Ready, 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 ready. Okay, good. Before we go deep into this, let me share a perspective, okay? As Brian Tracy or somebody said, that failing to plan means planning to fail. Okay, failing to plan means you are planning to fail. And there are 4 categories. Okay, today I'm not going to share any slides, nothing. So you make sure you have your pen and paper handy. Okay, I'm going to share some really, really good insights today. So if you don't have the pen and paper, you'll miss out. Okay, because planning again should have a pen and paper anyways. So here's the thing, the reality of life. The poor people do not have a plan. What is it? The poor people do not have a plan. When I was born in a humble family, never understood the planning, never understood how do I plan my year. Forget about my life. I did not plan anything. And even in the business also, not business, even in the job, I never planned. And that's why I stayed poor. Okay. I improved a little bit. Okay. But not so much. The second category of people, the middle class have a plan, but only for maximum 30 to 60 days. How much? 30 to 60 days. And their plan mostly is the salary, right? They live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So they just plan 30 days, okay? Or some people just plan just a few weeks. That's it. So 30 to 60 days is what middle class plan. And that's what I was doing when I started my journey in 2016, 2017. Then I said, no, I need to have a big picture, big view as well. Rich people plan 1 to 5 years. Okay, they have 1 year plan all the way to 5 year plan. Rich people do that. And the last and fourth category of people, the ultra rich, they have plan 10 to 100 years. What? 100 years? Yes. Because the ultra rich people are not looking for just a little bit of money, survival, security, success. They're looking for significance. They're looking for big. They're looking for generation wealth. And that's all I shared in my book, by the way. 6 Sundays a week, I share all these details in 6 Sundays a week. What are the 5 stages of wealth? 5 stages. People think financial freedom is it, okay? But generation wealth, ultra rich. Now, you tell me, put it in chat box. Which category do you want to be in? Out of all 4 categories, poor, middle class, rich, or ultra rich, which category do you want to be in? Okay, good. Some of you had a wow moment, some of you aha moment. If anytime you have aha moment or wow moment, please put it in chat box. Okay, so I know which point was an aha moment so that it'll register in your brains as well, whether you're watching live or you're watching a recorded session. Ultra rich, 4, wow moment. Greta says 4, wow. Roshan says 4. Buraram says 4. Ultra rich people, they want to leave a legacy. Even if they're gone, their child, their kids, right? Even if they're 50 years old, they plan 100 more years. So even if they're gone after 90 years or 100, when they become 100, they still have 50 more years planned for their generations to come, right? Next generation also, they already plan. Only poor people don't plan all this, okay? Wonderful. And today I'm going to teach you how do you plan 1 year, okay? Now, I cannot teach you how do you plan your 100 years. Probably for that will be an advanced session. I'll not teach you how to plan your 10 years, 5 years, but where do you begin? You begin with the 1 year at least. You start with 1 year. If you plan 1 year, then you can plan your 2 years, 5 years, 10 years plan accordingly, and then 100 years accordingly. But today we're going to focus on how do you plan your 1 year. So where do you begin? Okay, where do you begin? You begin with big picture. Okay. You begin with the big picture. What is the big picture? Meaning, theme of the year. What is your theme of the year? That is where you begin. You're planning your year. Whatever you're watching in 2021, or you're watching in 2022, in future also. What is your theme of the year? You see, when I started my journey of goal setting and planning, I did not have theme of the year because I was still planning 30 to 60 days. As I started my business in the year 2018, I had a theme of the year, and theme of the year was launch. Okay, I had to launch everything. I had to launch the campaigns, launch the program, launch whatever. I had to launch a lot of things. Okay, the year of launch, I had a theme of the year. Okay, then second year after launch, the second year was the year of growth. Okay, 2019 year of growth. 2020, the year of exponential growth, scaling. And year 2021 is the year of automation. You see? How many had wow moment? Raise your hand, or you can put it in chat box if you had wow moment. Wow. Tilanga, Sujit, Shruti, Akarshi, Ayush. Good. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. So you need to have a theme of the year. What is that one big theme that you have, and only focus on that theme? You see, I don't want to automate everything until I've reached a certain point. So it took me 2.5, 3 years to become a millionaire. Yes, I want to grow. I do have goals, but my goals are going to be different than the theme of the year. I will have goals. Doesn't mean I'm not going to grow this year, right? We have to grow. I will grow this year in 2021 as well. But I need to have a theme. What is the main objective of this year? If the year 2021 is the year of automation, systems, process, I need people, system, and process. So my focus will be dedicated on those versus launching new campaigns and products and services. You see, first year was launching product and services. Second year again was launch product services to grow the business. Third year is whatever product and services I had to scale it. Fourth year is, yes, it's going to happen scaling, but primarily it is going to be the automation. Okay, and this is how you plan your first thing of the year. Okay, good. Good. Rajiv has this is the year of launch. Wonderful. 2020 is the year of the launch. Wonderful. Put it in the chat box if you have an idea. What is this theme of the year is for you? The big theme, big schema. Put it in chat box. What is the big theme of the year? Good. Aditya says launch. Tilaga says social media presence. Good. Now, again, as I said, you do not have to copy what I did. You just think what is relevant to you based on where you are. Book launch year, okay, good. Influence 1,000 people, Guru says, good. Building a tribe, good. Riddhi said, wow moment, good. This is my gift to all of you, okay? Typically, I charge money, a lot of money. If you're my mentees, you know how much is my 1 hour worth. I charge 1 lakh rupees for one-on-one for 1 hour. But today I thought I'll do a gift from my side as a beginning of 2021. And whatever you're watching this, these principles that you're going to use is not just used for 2021, whether 22, 23, 24, 25, any of the year, you can use the same principles, same strategies. Okay. Good, good. All right. There's one saying which I want to share with you is Brian Tracy said, success comes from clarity. Okay. And he said that every minute of planning saves 10 minutes of your life, which in return, it is 1000% return on energy. 1000% return on energy. That is the best return ever. But very few people actually understand this. Okay. So let's go deep into the other element. And the other element is ask yourself a few questions. Okay. Ask yourself a few questions to plan your year. The first question you ask yourself, okay, of course, the theme of the year. The second question that you should ask yourself is, what is missing in my life? what is missing in my life? Okay, now remember, this is not just the business planning, okay? This is your life, your personal, professional, everything you are planning for this year. What is missing? What are the missing element in your life? Okay, and then you can go advanced level and you can rate the different parameters that is missing in your life. Okay, whether you're missing, like, let's say family bonding is missing, let's say health part is missing, let's say money part is missing. Within the money part, what is missing? Okay, so what is the pain? What is the challenge? What are the areas that is missing or that you're falling short of? That is the first thing that you should start with. Okay, next question. What will give me a quantum leap? Okay, what will give me a quantum leap? You see, the poor people focus on survival. Middle class people focus on security. Only successful people, the people who are rich, they focus on success, and ultra rich focus on significance. So when you want to have a significance, can you have mediocre goals, mediocre dreams? Absolutely not. So that means you need to have big goals, big dreams. To achieve big goals and big dreams, you do not need to have a progress of 5%, 10%. You should have progress of quantum leaps. What is a quantum leap? It's not just little bit progress. It is an extra, bigger and better than all the people who are poor and middle class. You got to have quantum leap. So if you do not think, what are the things that I should focus on that will give me quantum leap, then you're not even going to grow. Your thinking will be small. Your goals will be small. Your ambition will be small. And if your goals are small, your ambitions are small, what will be the level of action then? Tell me. If your goals are small, what is the level of action? Is it going to be small or is it going to be big or massive? Of course, Prasad, you're right. It will be small. But then when you look at the bigger goals and quantum leap, right? The quantum leap only will come from bigger goals, ambitious goal. But then be careful, because as they say, most of the people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So it has to have a right mix. You cannot say, I'm going to become a billionaire in 1 year. Like, if you've not even started your journey, it is absolutely rare. I'm not saying it is impossible. It's absolutely rare for you to become a billionaire in 1 year. Right? So have the goals which are big enough, but yet not crazy and foolish that you cannot even achieve it. Like, it should scare you. It should make you like, man, how am I going to do it? It should push you to have a quantum leap from wherever you are, but it should not be the crazy, unrealistic, unimaginable goals, right? Let's say you've not even started your journey in your business, let's say, and you say, I'm going to have 1,000,000 students. Man, it's not a cakewalk. It's not a cakewalk. You will be demotivated at the beginning only. Versus you say, you know what, maybe by the end of the year, I've not even started my journey, but I'm going to have a 10,000 student goal. Possible. Big, audacious, yes, possible. Depends on what is the ticket size. Okay, if your ticket size is about 50,000 rupees, then probably even 10,000 is more, right? Because 10,000 multiplied by 50,000 per person, it's going to be crazy, right? So then if the ticket size is small, then no problem. 10,000 goal is still big enough. 1,000 may be small if your ticket size is small. Okay, so you focus on that. Yeah, focus on that. Yes. And the best part is Utkarsh's messaging. The interesting, the first year of the new decade. This is the first year of new decade, absolutely. So you can plan your 10 years from now. That's wonderful, right? So what is it that is going to give you a quantum leap? Okay, in my life right now, as I said, in 2021, what is going to give me quantum leap is automating things. Because as a CEO, as a founder now, I should not be doing more. My doing mode is done. I did enough in last 2, 3 years, 4 years, doing. My energy is best utilized in planning, strategizing, vision, the bigger things, and not just doing, because I have people for doing, a system for doing, process for doing. Of course, there'll be some part I'll be doing, but my time is best utilized when I'm thinking big. But imagine if I just keep focusing on doing, I'm doing everything, I'm not hiring people, I'm not putting the money on, on payrolls. I will never grow. I will never have quantum leap. So that's why my focus for this year, when I decided I'm going to have a quantum leap, what is it that's going to help me to give a quantum leap? I need to pull myself out of the equation. Whether it's webinars, I need to stop doing live webinars. Whether it is the delivery sessions, I'm going to stop doing delivery sessions. Some of the delivery sessions that I can outsource. Some of the things, coachings, I completely plugged out myself from coachings. I don't even do one-on-one coachings now directly, because I build the system and process and people. They replicate the same results. Is it interesting? Is it making sense? Are you enjoying? Right? Yes. Wonderful. Good. So Sonia says goal should be realistic. Well, no, not exactly. It should not be just realistic. It will be exaggeration of realistic. It's little more than realistic. Okay, because if it is realistic, then anybody can achieve it. Right? It's too low, maybe. Okay, so it should be more than realistic, but should not be extra big that you can't even imagine that you can achieve it. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, good. Then comes the next point, fourth. You begin your year by the major milestones that you want to achieve this year. Okay, what is it? The major milestones that you want to achieve. What are the major milestones? Okay, so I'll give you my milestones, and as you know, your Gurudev, I have always been very transparent with you. So 2021, the major milestones that I have, I can only give you a few of them. One of them is, of course, automating the entire system and process and everything. The second one that I have is leveraging the traditional media, meaning the PR. That is going to be my big focus. You see, I could not have this goal in 2018 when I just started. 2019 also, it would have been difficult. 2020 was scaling through ads and organically together. 2021 is the year where I need to think strategically. I need to think this year, what is it that can give me bigger visibility? Okay, bigger visibility. So that's when I said, the bigger visibility, me and my team, we sat down and we discussed that bigger visibility will come when you leverage traditional media, whether it's newspaper, magazines, radio, or maybe television. I don't know. Okay. We have some plans for newspaper and magazine and radio already. Television, I don't know yet, but that is the big milestone that we want to achieve. So this year, be ready to see a lot of traditional media showcasing your Gurudev in different platforms. Okay. We're going to channelize. That's one of the biggest milestone that I have. Okay. The second milestone, as you say, as you saw, is of course going to be automation. So I'm going to plug myself out. So if you're still learning from me live, whether it is right now or in the session, Passionpreneur mentorship session or 1cc session, wherever you are, let me tell you, you're lucky. After a year or so, I may not even do the live sessions. I will have my team, I'll have systems, I'll have processes who will do the live sessions. So cherish the live moment that we have right now. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you, Utkarsh. All right, so once you have done these big pictures, okay, then we'll go to the next stage of planning. But before we go next stage of planning, I want you to understand one thing. The mistake that I was making is I was confusing activities with annual big goals. I repeat, I was confusing activities with big goals or milestones. For example, When our team sat down to plan the year, we wrote down different goals: revenue goals, mentees goals, social media goals, how much podcast I should be doing, how many interviews I should be doing, where should I be on different platforms, TEDx speech. I had different goals, and we had like about 39 or 40 different goals that we wrote down for the whole year. And when I had a call with my mentor, of course, Sifu Dan Lok, it was such a great realization. He made me realize that you cannot have all this. These are not all goals. You mixed activities with the goals. You mixed means with the end result. Like, wow, that is amazing. And he gave me a principle. So Dave, imagine you are on a deserted island, and there's no communication whatsoever. The only communication that you have is somebody can deliver a message, but that message can only last for a few seconds. And that message can only have 3 stats that can be delivered to you. What will be those 3 stats? Those are your goals of the year. The 3 stats did not include how many TEDx I want to get, right? That's not so important. That's means. That stat did not include how many podcast interviews I should be doing. Those are the means, right? That also did not have how many YouTube subscribers I'm going to have. That also was a stat. That was a means. Now you must be wondering, then Dave, tell me, what are the 3 main goals that Sifu said you should be tracking? Okay. Should I share it or it's okay? You want to know? Okay. Tyagir says yes. Alka says yes. Okay. Ankit says yes. Okay. Vikas says yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to share with you. Okay. The first one was the revenue that I should be tracking, the revenue goal that I should be tracking. So if I'm on an island, I need to know what is the revenue. Okay. What is the revenue of the year? Okay. The second thing that I need to know is how much of that is recurring revenue. Ooh, you see, if I make 2 million, but out of that, if I have no recurring income, that means next year again, I have to work extra hard to make 2 more million. But if I have make 2 million and out of that 50% is from recurring revenue. So next year I know 1 million will be there. I just have to find extra million or more if I want to grow. And third stat, I see a lot of you guys are having wow moment right now. And third stat, he said, is profit margin. He said, if you make 2 million, but your profit margin is only 10%, that means what you have is 200,000, which is 1.5 crores. That's all you have, profit margin. But what if you can focus on 20% profit margin? So even if you make same amount of money, 2 million next year, but because you have 20% profit margin, you will have 3 crores in savings or profit, net profit. Ooh, how many had wow moment? Put it in chat box if you had wow moment or OMG moment right now. This just blew my mind. I was tracking some irrelevant things. I'm not saying that you should not track other things, but you need to understand the difference between the main big goals, audacious goals that you have for the year, and the activities, the means that is going to get you there. And trust me, nobody teaches this. Okay? Nobody teaches this. Very few people teach this, and very few people teach this from the experience. I can teach this because I have experience and I'm being very transparent with you. So that is going to be my focus in 2021 and going forward. So of course, I'm going to double my income, double my revenue. Okay. But while I'm doubling it, I need to safeguard how much is going to be recurring. How much out of that is going to be the profit margin. So I need to reduce the cost and I need to increase the profit margin. I need to only focus on those See, it's not about doing hundreds of things. It's about doing 10 things which are going to give you the maximum result, or 20 things which are going to give you maximum results. 80-20 Pareto theory, right? 20% of things that I should do, that should get me the 80% result. There's no point of me doing 100% of things or 80% of things which only give me 20% result. That is not how you are smart planner. That's a dumb planning. You should not be doing everything. You should only do the 20% and do really, really well. Okay, good. Awesome. Great. Next thing. I'm going to give you a formula now to set up your goals. And this formula is easy to remember. I don't know if others are doing it or not, but I'm doing it for myself. You heard of HDFC Limited? HDFC Limited? So it's just going to be easier for you to remember these things. The acronym is, it's not HDFC, it is HWFC Limited. Okay, so acronym HWFCL. HWFCL. Okay, so write HWFCL. That is how you plan your entire life, your year. What does H stands for? Anybody? We're setting the goals now for the year. Yes, because stands for health. They say health is wealth. No matter how successful you'll become, no matter how much money you make, if you do not have health, then you are in hell. You can't use wealth, right? It's horrible, right? So health. Okay. Second is wealth. Yes. Wealth. You have health, but you have no wealth. What is the point of just having health? You got to have financial health as well, not just physical health. Now, by the way, in health, everything is included: your mental, your physical, your spiritual health. Okay, your mental is in the emotional, physical, and spiritual health. Okay. F stands for yes, family. Okay, what are your family goals? Your relationship goals, right? What kind of people? Now, when you plan the family goals, most of the people, they just plan what they want from the current relationship. What you should plan every year is, who do you not want to have relationship with this year? Who you should do shift delete from your life. This is what nobody plans. It's only successful people plan. Only the people who are significant, they plan this. The poor people don't plan this. Why? Oh, because I'm bad human being if I remove myself from relationship. No. You have extra weight, dead weight. Get rid of them. Oh, but Dave, isn't that selfish? Yes, it is selfish. But you got to be selfish because you are doing something which nobody else has done in life. Now, when I say remove them from life, doesn't mean that you call and abuse them, okay? You are out of my life, you're fired. Don't say that. Don't do that. Silently, ninja, stealth mode. You don't even tell them, okay? You slowly remove from them. So then you make a list of things, okay? What groups that you need to exit, which people that you need to stop hanging around with. It could be your ex-colleagues as well. Let me tell you. It may be your ex-colleagues that you're still in group. You left those companies, but you're still part of those groups. Ah, nice. But you know, the things that they discuss, they are waste of time. Complete waste of time. They are not tuned to the level of energy and ambition that you have. And if they're at this tuning and your tuning is here, what is going to happen? They'll pull you back to their tuning. It's very hard that you will pull them to your tuning. Very rare. Ikka dukka log nikal ke aayenge wahan se, that they will come up to your frequency and your drive and your ambition. Otherwise, they will pull you back because there are 10 people in your one. right? You're supposed to, you will get influenced. Okay, good. Who had wow moment? Who had OMG moment? All right, put it in chat box if you had OMG. Aditya had OMG. Good. Nagesh, Anirudh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and in relationship also, some of the elements that you need to add is, so there are existing relationship which you need to continue and flourish. What is the next level for you in this year? Okay, what is your plan? And then there are relationship that you want to delete, and there are relationship that you want to add, the new relationship that you want to add. Because if you have enough only 100 people ka room, let's just example, you have to get rid of the people who are not relevant to build, add more hungry people to the room. This is how you plan. And it's not about the money. It is about the relationship. It's about the people that you hang around with, because money will be a byproduct of that. Okay? Follow me says blocked bosses, all shift delete. That's interesting. Interesting. Good one. Good one, Follow me. All right. Then is next. What is next? C stands for what? C stands for what? Okay, a lot of people say career, community, charity, courage. I call it contribution. Okay, contribution does not have to always be charity itself. You can contribute in different ways as well. Okay, what are you contributing to the world? What is going to be your contribution this year? Okay, so when I say followers, it could be in other ways contribution. Okay, you're going to add influence 10,000 people or 1 lakh people this year, or get known to 1 lakh. You're going to influence them. You're going to contribute the knowledge, your wisdom, your money, your charity, your time, whatever it is. What is your contribution? What is your contribution goals? See, this is what is going to help you get all the things that you want in your life. If you just focus on contribution, everything that you want, it'll come back to you in your life. Okay. And then last but not the least is L. What does the L stand for? Legacy, learning, love, life, launching. Okay, some of you got it. It's called learning goals. Okay, so that's interesting that they say, right, that focus on learning first and then remove L from there. Isn't it true? If you focus on learning and then remove the L, it converts into earning. Yeah, aha moment, a lot of HUI, OMG. Wow. Okay, okay, good. So if you just focus on learning, so most of the people do not have learning goals. You know, most of the people, the poor, middle class people, they are unstructured, unplanned learners. Only the successful and rich people, they're focused learners. Okay. So poor people, no learning whatsoever. Middle class, unstructured learning. Like there's some video pop up, so I'll watch it. Some post pop up, so I'll watch it and learn. Somebody said this book is good, so I'm going to read it. Unstructured, unplanned learning. That's the middle class mediocrity formula. The rich people and ultra rich people, they're very focused learners. So this year, what are the things that I'm lacking that I need to learn? What are the things that I need to learn which will give me a quantum leap? It ties back to the theme that we discussed. What are the things that I need to do that can give me a quantum leap? One of those things is learning XYZ, whatever that XYZ is for you. Let me give you a perspective. Year 2016, 2017. What I was learning back in those days is not the same that I'm learning this year. Okay. Back in those days, I was learning content marketing, book writing, sales. I was learning all those things back in those days. This year, I'm learning scaling, systems, process, leadership, right? I'm learning different things. Like I was not learning leadership initially because I knew that first I just need to learn the basics of business, which is sales, marketing, content marketing, books, and all. So every year I had a different learning goals. So you need to sit and think, okay, what is that I need to learn this year? What is a bottleneck? What is the challenge? And let me tell you, some of those learnings may not be fun. Okay, some of those learnings may not be fun. It is okay, right? But those learnings, which is not fun, will create life full of fun. Okay, things that you don't like, things that are not sexy, not cool, not fun. If you learn those things, that will enable you to build a life that is fun, right? So don't go with the things that you want and you like learning. Okay, just to give you a hint, if you're just starting your journey, focus a lot on marketing, branding, selling, right? These main crucial element: branding, marketing, selling. Even if branding comes a little later, no problem. At least learn marketing and selling. Okay. Now, if you have not started anything, then you first start your journey by finding your passion and having a clarity about yourself. Okay. That is what you need to learn first. Who am I? What is my life all about? What is my mission? What is my vision? You need to learn about yourself first before you learn the business and outside. It's like complete newbies. Okay, for passionpreneurs and all my mentees in 1cc, you already have the learning curve. We have already planned. See, this is the lazy way. We already planned lazy people's structure for 6 months and maybe later. So you don't have to do the planning. We've done the planning. Okay, in the mentorship program, we planned your clarity, we planned your visibility, we planned your productization, monetization, your funnels, and then lead generation and automation. We planned all those things. But don't stop there. Okay, then you say, okay, now next year, what do I need to learn? Okay, maybe for some of you, have to relearn those things again. You see, it's not always, right? Remember this, it's not always the new things which will help you to grow. It's not always the new things which will help you to grow. It is about knowing the things that you already learned and relearning those. Until you've not done justice to sales and marketing and branding, why you are looking to learn new things when you've not even done justice to it? For some people, you probably have to revisit those. Some of the books, just to give you some extra practical tips, some of the books that I read created a profound impact on my life in that particular year. So what did I do? I read those books few times again, same year and even next year. You see, I read the book. Initially, I did not know. I was a random reader and picking any books, which was fun at that time. I read a book called E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. But I read it at a wrong time. I did not plan it. I read it in the year 2017 end. I still remember what year I read this book because that book gave me a profound impact on my life. But that was not a relevant book at that time because I had no business. And that is a business book. How do you separate yourself being a visionary from a manager and from a doer? Three categories, three hats. But that was not right time for me. So what did I do? 2018, 2019, again, I read that book few times. You see, it is not about finding the new book of entrepreneurship, new book of business. It's going and revisiting the same profound book because when you are growing every year, the book is helping you to have different dimensions of your growth. Book is the same, but because your growth is there, you get the maximum out of that book. So it's a great book. Okay. For some of you, maybe these books. Revisit. If you're still mentally not charged and not unstoppable, read this book, my man, 10 times. This year, you have to read this book few times. If your mindset is not clear, if you're not thinking like a millionaire, if you're not driven and hungry for success, this is the basic. This is where you start. Mindset and clarity. Okay. And if you say that, man, I am 10 on 10, or maybe 8 or 9 on 10 on mindset, then read this book. You say, but Dave, I already read this book. No problem. Read this book this year again. Because guarantee you only took 10% of knowledge and remember 10% of things, or 10% of execution. 90% you do not understand. Because how would you understand? Because your capacity, your radar was not that big at that time when you read it. Just like me, 6 Sundays a week is going to be that book for you. What E-Myth Revisited was for me back in those days, right? If you're a starter, if you just want to start building your business around passion, you want to be a coach, mentor, or a funnel builder, or an artist, whoever you are, you want to start a business, you want to build a business, this is a perfect book. This is a Bible. That's why I call these books a Bible. Like how 10x rule is a Bible for me. Every time when I feel my action is going down, I revisit 10x rule. You see, it's not about what is the best book again on new action. What book should I read on action? Man, I already have a Bible, 10x rule. Let me read that book again. So it's the smartness is not in learning new things always. The smartness is learning the same things which had a profound impact in your life, revisit them and relearn them, because now you know this is what is missing in my life this year. Good. Wonderful. There you go. Utkarsh has read 80-20, 80% mindset, 20% skills, 5 times in 2019. And I'm not surprised. Why is he so driven? Why is he so committed? Why is he like a co-mentor AGL in 1cc? Why? Because he has that mindset. He has developed that mindset. He's read the book 5 times. Okay. If you've not read it, then give yourself the gift of these 2 books this year. 2021, give yourself. If you have the hard copies, great, revisit them. If you don't have hard copies, go ahead and Amazon order it. By the way, this is out of sale right now, out of stock. Maybe by the time you're watching the video, it will come back on board. If you're watching replay, next week, it will be available. But pick up these hard copies, because there are a lot of exercises in there, a lot of things that is in there. And trust me, every exercise, every time you do, will give you a different dimension, different perspective. Okay. So have the learning goals. This year, I have set aside a budget of spending 50 lakhs on my self-development, self-learning. 500 crore. What is your budget? What is your goal? A lot of people say, I don't even have a goal. Now, again, I'm not saying that you should have a goal like me. No. Good. Utkarsh's aha moment. Good. OMG. Ayush's OMG. Last year, I spent about 30 lakhs. If my income has to double, I need to double my knowledge, my wisdom, my drive. I'm doubling my knowledge every year. Just to give you a perspective, 2017-18, I spent about 13-14 lakhs in a couple of years. Then 2019, I increased that 13-14,000 to maybe 17-18, 20,000. 2020, more than 30 lakhs I spent on self-development. 2021, more than 50 lakhs I'm going to spend on self-development. And out of that 30 lakhs, I already know where it is going. Dragon 100. It's already going. I know it. That's 20 lakhs. I'm going to find something. Okay. I'm learning things this year. Again, I'm taking my team to a next level. So it's not just going to be learning in myself now. I will spend money in my team to make sure they're growing along with me, because otherwise if they'll, like I'm growing and they're left alone, company is growing, they get disconnected easily. So I'm investing. So this may be an advanced lesson for all of you, that when you have a team, spend time and money, investment in them as well. Either you give them some course access or buy them some programs. We bought NAS Academy. Why? Because not only I'm improving, but I have my team member Sham. He also needs to learn video editing and video processing and scripting. Right? So I'm investing for my team as well, not just for me. So that is going to be bigger. So 30 lakhs is already there. I know 20, 30 lakhs will go on my team somewhere here and the other. Good. Bhavin at Profound. Good. Oh my God. MBOMG. It's called mind blowing OMG now. Good. If you have MBOMG or OMGs, just put it in the chat box. For some of you, You got access to HTC, and you probably have not done justice to HTC. And some of you will get HTC access. For people who are in batch 5 and all, you will soon get the HTC access. Okay, don't worry about that. Maybe that will be one of those profound things that you need to learn in 2021. Okay, all the mentees, you're already learning a lot of things. So these combination of this, Passionpreneur or 1CC, combination of other things is going to give you next level. Got it? Perfect. Good. How much is this session worth to you right now? Just tell me, how much is this session worth to you? You're already 60 minutes in the session, almost 60 minutes in the session. Priceless, Ashish says, priceless. Wonderful. Great. Great. Okay. So now I don't need to go in health goal and wealth goal, that you need to go and decide. What is your health goal? Like this year, is it the weight loss? Is it the fitness going up 10%, 20%? Is it that you want to run a marathon? What are your goals this year? Okay. Do you want to become a hiker? What are the new activities that you're including in your life? Physical activities. What is it that you're doing for health? Okay. Then wealth also, you already know. What is your goal this year? How much money do you want to make? How much percentage you want to improve? Some of you may be quitting the job and at least making less, whatever it is. So your graph does not have to be double or triple. Some of you may be quitting the job, right? Pauline quit the job last year, right? For her goals, when she was making lakhs there, this year goal, maybe at least get to this level, maybe 1 lakh. I don't know, 1 lakh consistent. Maybe, I don't know. So what is your financial goal for this year? Okay, so it's not always doubling or tripling, right? So if you see, 2018 was a transition year for me. I was making 3 lakh a month in 2017. 2018, I had a goal of making 2 lakh a month, at least 2 lakh a month. That was a bare minimum goal. Okay. Audacious goal was to grow that maybe double. That was my audacious goal, that I'm making 3 lakh a month last year. This year I should make at least 6 lakhs, like 6 lakhs a month. But the bare minimum, I need 2 lakh a month. And that's when Passionpreneur Mastermind was started. And instead of having 2 lakh a month, I ended up with 6 lakh, 7 lakh plus, 1 crore in first year in business. Okay. But you got to have these goals, numbers. This year, last year, 2020, we crossed about 2 million in revenue, which is about 14 crores. This year's goal, 37 crores. Sandhya की आंखें बड़ी हो गई. You see, the context is getting expanded, but is double always good? No. Okay. Because when you double, everything starts breaking. If you're running a business, what we were doing in first year, making $100,000, $200,000 first year, everything is different now this year. Or 2020, everything broke. Because that was just me starting my business, and then Naz later on joined it. Every year, as you grow, things starts breaking. And as Sifu mentioned, there is some book, some Japanese guy shared this principle that things will start breaking in the multiplication when you reach 3s and 10s. Things will start breaking. When you have triple growth, things will break. When you're 10 times, things will break again. So 3 million, 10 million, things will start breaking. So what has worked right now, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million, everything will break. All the systems, people, process, everything will break. So then I need to plan my year accordingly then. I need to be ready. Good. Who had OMG moment right now? Good. Kanikraj, yes. Good. Malikarjun, yes. Utkarsh, good. Good. I'm telling you, these are priceless knowledge that I've learned. I'm so glad that you're learning probably at the beginning of your journey right now. You're just starting your Passionpreneur or coaching 1CC journey right now. So good, good. So next one. Okay. Next one. Now you need to have annual, quarterly, and monthly goals. Okay. So you have, let's say, big audacious goal. Let's from all the aspects. Okay. From all this HWFCL, from all the aspects, you got to have, what is my annual? What is my quarterly? What is my monthly? Okay. Like for example, just to give you wealth example, the revenue, let's say 37 crores, you have to make 37 crores. The stupid way of doing this is breaking 37 into four quarter. Now it's a quarterly goal. That's a stupid way of doing it. The naive people do it. Smart way of doing it, knowing that there is a compounding effect. The last quarter is always going to be bigger. Okay, last quarter is always going to be bigger because whatever effort you put, you start reaping the rewards in mostly in fourth year. So it has to be a gradual progression. The curve has to go like this. It should not be like this, tall towers, 4 tall towers of goals. Make sense? I knew a lot of you would make this mistake otherwise if I don't share this. Suman says real gold. Thank you, Suman. Right? So when I'm planning 37 crores, probably 40-50% will come in the fourth quarter. I know it. And that's historically, that's exactly what has happened with all the business. Okay. So you do the reverse engineering now of the goals. Okay. If you want to, let's say, lose 10 kgs. Okay. Maybe losing kgs happens faster at the beginning. It could be exception, but mostly otherwise fitness level, the maximum great fitness that you'll have is going to be on fourth quarter. Okay. If you have to run the marathon, you can run the marathon in third or fourth quarter because first quarter you prepare, second quarter test it, improve, third quarter, fourth quarter is when you're going to do the best. Okay, so whatever, do the reverse engineering. Good. Aman has made this mistake. Good. So question, what if you miss the goals? That's all right. Add it up to the next quarter. Okay, add up to the next quarter. Okay, whatever the deficit was, add it to the next quarter. That means you have to then double your effort then, double your implementation, double your drive because your deficit is there. Okay. And you have to track this. Okay. Then I'm going to do the calendar. You need to track this, review it. It's not just the planning. You have to track it. So that's what you do in planning. Now, let's go to the next section of the goal setting management, which is the most crucial section of this. It's called calendar planning and management. Okay, calendarizing everything. You need to put everything in calendar. It should not be just on paper. So how do you plan your calendar? How do you manage your calendar? Is first thing that you should book on the calendar is what? Anybody? Put it in chat box. Vatsal is hungry. Very good. What should you plan? What should you book on your calendar? What are the things that you should start with by booking on the calendar? Dates, but what exactly? Dates for what? Morning rituals? No, morning rituals, you should not put it on calendar. It is, do you put brushing your teeth on calendar? No, right? Morning rituals are the same. They are like habits. Daily that has to be done. Okay. Some says reviews, actions. Okay, what kind of things that you book on the calendar first? Sumitra says action. Bharat says self-improvement. Task, but related to what? Task related to what? Facebook post, no. See, content planning is different, okay? This is your year planning. Content planner is different. So don't confuse your content planning with this. This is your life and this is your business that you're planning. Yeah, but what kind of goals? Okay, so let me share. I think most of you are wrong. The first thing that you should book on calendar is me time. What is me time? Is the self-reflection time. Good. Shweta had OMG. Sandhya had OMG. Good. Alka had OMG. Good. See, this is what poor people, they set, even if they set the goals, they set the monetary goals first. Okay, by this time, I should have this money, this campaigns. Okay. Successful people understand the introspection or retrospection, whatever you want to call it, self-reflection time, me time. Now, in this me time, you don't have your friends, your families, your social media, your gadgets, your TVs with you. Okay. Me time is not going with friends and partying. Okay. That is not me time. Okay, that is we time. That's we time. We don't need we time. We need me time. Okay, if you see Bill Gates, if you've not seen the documentary Inside Bill's Brains, go ahead and watch it on Netflix. Yeah, who's watched it? Yeah, if you watch that, Steve Jobs has me time. He frequently goes and locks himself in cabin in some jungle in woods. No gadgets, nothing, but just books. That's it. So all you need to have pen and paper in the meantime. Okay. For some people, it could be vipassana. Easiest way to have me time and self-reflection time. Anybody gone to vipassana? Anybody into vipassana? Man, you should. You must go to vipassana. I'm a big believer in vipassana. Good. A lot of you have gone. Yes. Aniket has gone. Yes. Yes. Bhavin has gone. Wonderful. Again this year. Yes. You know, people think vipassana is like a cult, which is religious, which is just a meditation. No, 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 no. You have not understood what a vipassana is. Oh, it is only for people, regular people, mediocre. No, 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 no. Have you heard of the poor guy called Jack Dorsey? Have you heard of this name? A poor man, Jack Dorsey? Yes? No? Twitter CEO. CEO of Twitter. He is Vipassi. Every year he goes to Vipassana. Now, of course, he goes to Western countries and all. Yeah. Dhamma. Yes, dhamma.org is the center for Vipassana. You have to apply for it. You get to shortlist, and then only you can go. It's everything is free in Vipassana. It works on donation. What if you like, you just give donation at the end of this. Everything is free. Your stay is free. Your food is free. Your meditation, guiding, everything is for free. Okay, air is free. Yeah. Yeah. So Jack Dorsey does that. So then he's like, I want authentic. Western with na maza nahi aaya. So he comes to Asian country somewhere. I don't know where, Singapore, Malaysia, somewhere. And he does the Vipassana there. And Vipassana is based on Buddha's teaching. It's not religious. It's not for Buddhist. It's not for Hindu, Muslim, Christian. It's for human beings. The art of observing your body sensation and breath and being in present, just to give you a crux. But again, you will have your own experience. So that is a good reflection of me time. So book your me time on your calendar. Okay, maybe Vipassana is subject to their availability, but you can have that thing for yourself. And here's what one of my team members, Bronze, is doing. She is booking every quarter me time in a 5-star hotel, right? 1 day, 2 day, spending 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, going to somewhere out of your current environment and just submerging in self-reflection. How far have come? What are things that I need to do? Just let those thoughts, wander. Good. Bhavin had wow moment. Abundance. Yes, Ravi, it's an abundance. So you see, wherever you are, right? For me, I think Vipassana is the best because I don't want to have ego going up when I put myself in 5 stars now. I don't want to think I'm above somebody. I need to be grounded, right? When you go there, you're grounded. You don't have any special treatment. Oh, you're a millionaire. Oh, aapko luxury room dete hain. Let me give you a luxury room because you're a millionaire. No, no, no. You sleep on the normal bed. You have to do your own utensils. You have to, wash your own, things, whatever. Manage your own house, cleaning, right? You're just like everybody else. So you're going to be grounded. You eat with everybody with the plates and you get simple food. No fancy burgers and pancakes, nothing, simple food, right? So that's good. Okay, so that's your first thing that you plan. Put every quarter me time, self-reflection time, whatever, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, whatever you think is the best. Okay, in a business environment, I have two times. One is the strategy time with my team, and the second is my me time. So as a team also, we meet every quarter for like a whole day. We have already planned. We put it on the calendars. Every quarter, this day, we're going to meet 1 day or 2 day. Okay. And then I have my own personal me time as well. So that's first thing you do. Then second thing, what do you do? What is the second thing you book on the calendar? Very nice. Very nice, Obul. Family time. or vacation time. You see, most of the people, as I learned from my mentor, they plan their business, they focus on their business, and they try to fit other things around it. Center stage is just pure business. Then they put everything, whatever time जो बचता है उसमें घुसाते बीच बीच में, right? Isn't that poor people's plan? Isn't that a mediocre plan? We poor people and mediocre people in a job, they look for, oh, Diwali mein vacation plan karenge. Why? Because first comes my job, my Christmas vacation milega, then only I can plan the vacation. But the rich and successful people don't do that. They know my life and my family, happiness is a priority number one. So they do opposite. They put the life in the center, the lifestyle at the center, and then they fit the business and everything around it. It's opposite. Good. Who had OMG? Ouch moment also. Got them an ouch moment. Tilanga, wow moment. Amit, Nagesh, Karthik. Good. Guys, if you're watching this on Passionpreneur Facebook group, please go ahead and share this stream with all your friends, and all of you are on Zoom as well. Please share this link from the Passionpreneur public group with all your friends, because we need to have more hungry people driven. Consider this Guru Dakshina, if you may. All right. Yeah, Rabi says not feasible for corporate zombie. That's why, man, the first task or goal of the year should be is freedom. My theme of the year is freedom. Not just launch. My first theme of the year, freedom. I need to be free, right? Good. Time freedom. Yeah, good. Some of you may not have time freedom immediately this year. Or some of you may have, the theme of the year is competence. Okay, which is financial confidence. This year, theme of the year is competence, financial confidence. So I told you about 2018. What about 2017 theme? I had my 2016-17 theme of competence, building the financial confidence, building the base. So 1.5 years I did it. So building the competence. So when you go to war, you need to be ready. You need to be fit. You need to be fed. You need to have all the tools and armors before you go to the war. Okay, so maybe that's probably just an idea. Good. Pradeep has this year is reinventing myself. Wonderful. Wonderful. So now, once you have the theme, you see every decision you make, it has to be aligned with your theme, right? If it is not aligned, you don't do it. You park it to next year. Okay. That's why you have to stick to the theme and the big milestones that you have. Good. Swati had competence. Wow. Good. All right. Then comes the third aspect. Okay. The third aspect on calendar. Now this, some people save it as the learning time. Okay. If you're just yet to start your business, if you're just building your competence, that could be a learning time. Okay. This should be the year or campaigns or programs that you want to join. Let's say, I want to learn HTC. Okay, you know what? This time of the year, I'm going to start my HTC. I'm planning my year. I'm planning my learning. Okay. So you plan that. For some people who are already in business, then if you already plan the learning, then you need to plan your campaigns, your business plan. What is your campaign? HTC Vatsal is high ticket closing. High ticket closing is sales by Seafood Analog. Okay. So then you design your campaigns. So now you have a year and you have goals, annual goals. But how do you break those annual goals after you've done it quarterly and all those things, monthly and all? You have to design the campaigns, and you have to live campaign by campaign. Okay. And then don't worry about annual goals, focus on campaign. If you can do a great job in campaign, if you can meet your monthly goals, eventually you will meet your annual goals. Just focus on monthly and campaigns that you run. So now campaigns would be subjective. For some people, it could be 2 months long campaign. For some people, 3 months long campaign. Somebody 1 month campaign. Somebody weekly campaign. I don't know. Depending on what business are you in, what things that you do, you have to plan your campaign. So in my case, I have campaign plans for three months. Okay. So I have like a 3-day event planned up, and I planned it for 3 months and executed for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, I have the group of people in 3-day event, and then they go from their 3-day event to Passionpreneur Mastermind or whatever, once my mentorship programs, 1CC or whatever it is. So it's a 3 months campaign, right? That's the second thing. So when I say campaign, it's basically the campaign which is for bringing more customers or clients in. How do you bring more customers? How do you bring more clients? Okay. Then you give like a theme of the campaign, whether it's a Passionpreneur campaign or whatever campaign that you have, you plan that. And then you plan those campaigns accordingly. Okay. What should it be in first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, if there are various campaigns. So as you guys know, I don't know if you're watching this recording, I have a plan to launch a new campaign, a new program altogether for entrepreneurs who have made 50 lakhs a year or 1 crore a year, taking them to the next level. This is not for the starters. I was planning this 2020, but when I was planning at the beginning, I mean, when end of the 2020, I was planning 2021, I realized the best time is not to launch in Q1. Best time is not to launch in Q2. Best time is to launch is in Q3. You see, if I would have launched that campaign along with other campaigns that I have, man, I would exhaust myself and I will not be able to do justice to anything. That will only be possible when you sit, look, and understand and evaluate when should I start this campaign. Okay. For some of you, if this is little advanced, do not worry. Just understand the principles and formulas right now, and the dots will be connected when you start doing things. So right now, just understand from theory point of view, from principle standpoint of view. The principle is plan your campaigns, the book your time on the calendar, and do the reverse engineering then. Good, right? So what is reverse engineering? Okay. So if I have to show you my screen here, the reverse engineering. Okay. So we are in January right now. Let's say if I'm planning a campaign now, which is going to be launched in the March. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go put the dates in March that by this time, okay, maybe 2-day event or 1-day event, or maybe 1 day, I'm going to have my batch ready, clients ready, or deliverables ready, whatever it is. So how much time do I need for this? Okay, I need X number of people in this. Okay, so for this X number of people, how many clients do I need to pitch my product or service to? Okay, let's say my conversion is 10%. I find, let's say I want 20 people here in the final output. So I need to have 200 people. How would I get 200 people? Can I get 200 people in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Okay, if it's good, then it'll be like 1 month campaign. If it takes 200 people, takes different webinars, different workshops, or cold calling, it takes longer time, then you start your campaign maybe 1 or 2 months prior. And every week you do sessions or webinars or workshop. So you start planning the campaign by having the end output in mind, end result, and blocking the end date in mind. And then you do the reverse engineering. So let's going back to this example. Let's just take an example. Let's say my calendar, my event takes a lot of effort and conversion, let's say 3 months. So what I'm going to do, this is 3 months. So what I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to do every week, I'm going to do a session, a webinar, or workshop, or whatever it is. So I'm going to block this time. Okay, so this one event here, Saturday. Okay, so then I'm going to do maybe a bi-weekly session. So maybe I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do this here. Here. And here. Okay, so now how many events do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 6, whatever it is. Oops, I think I missed. Yeah, this is right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have four big events lined up, right? So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks lined up. And give me a second, I'm gonna get my charger. Give me a second. All right. So now what am I looking at? I'm looking at 5 events, or it could be 6 events. So from 5 events, I need to have at least 4 people joining in for the 3-day event. So each 5 event, I need to have conversion of 4 people if I'm doing a webinar or workshop. So to have 4 people, I need to have 40 people joining in each webinar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan my week and execute my week and 2 weeks to get 40 people in the room so that my conversion could be 4. And that's how I'm going to have 20 people in my 3-day event or mastermind or whatever program, whatever the amount that is. Okay. So that's how you do reverse engineering for the plan. All right, good. Is it making sense? Reverse engineering. Your campaigns, your programs, or whatever it is, you plug it at the right place. And I do this with every campaign that I launch, every program that I launch. It's a 3-day event, 2-day event, mentorship program. Even if it's a book launch, you still got to plan that I'm going to do 2 months of marketing and branding and selling and collecting emails. My book launch date is this. Let's do the reverse engineering now. Okay. Good. Awesome. Now, last but not the least from today's session is priority management. What is it? Priority management. So now you have a theme of the year, milestones of the year, goals of the year, campaigns of the year, but now you need to have the priority, which is the tasks of the week and day. Okay, and then you have to do it every day, this thing. Your weekly planning and your daily planning. Now, before I tell you about this, some of you may be thinking, but Dave, this is too much. This is too organized. This is too planned, right? My life will become boring if I just get into this planning, and this sheet and that sheet. I have to plan the year, I have to plan the quarter, I have to plan the week, I have to plan day. There's too much of this thing. My life is going to become, I will not have freedom. In fact, it is absolutely opposite. Because you do this, you take away all the worries and tensions and things and thoughts that is running in your head out of the head and put it on the paper. And when you have everything on paper, you're relaxed. You know that you will not forget anything. You just have to follow the tasks. For example, let's say if you're a 9-to-5 job or you were in a job, you were least worried. You know why? Because somebody else did the planning and thinking on your behalf. Company did the goal settings, quarter goals, monthly goals, your boss did that, or maybe you were that boss and you laid out weekly targets, and then you need to just focus on daily activities. Aaj kitne calls kiye? Like, I come from sales background, so I know the importance of goal settings and targets and all that thing, right? So when you do this, you relieve that tension and pressure. So as an employee, you just have to go and do, man. You're just the doer. Just do. You don't have to think, you don't have to plan, you don't have to do anything. You just have to do limited thinking or planning. You know, who should I call today? So I knew I have these set of accounts, these kind of leads are there. I just need to call them and then just close them. Then I just have to give my numbers daily that I made these many calls, these many leads, these many conversions, these many clients. Just keep updating them. So it just relieves. That's why on a weekend I can sleep peacefully. Right? In a job, because the planning is done by somebody, you just have to go and execute it, you can sleep. It's not running in your head that I have to do this, I have to do that. But same thing, we forget in our own business then. Because we are so used to somebody else doing the planning for us, we think if we do the planning, we're going to get too monotonous or, boring and all that thing. But that actually is opposite. Once you've done that, you just have to then follow every day. Yeah. Good. So now, how do you prioritize? There's another formula, like how HWFCL, there's another formula, which I learned from other people. It's called 4D. Okay. Number 4 and D, 4 times D. So what do you do every day? You plan your day. In fact, you plan a night in advance for the next day. Now, I'm going to be honest. I miss some of those days and I forget to do this. Sometimes I'm tired, but it's okay. Even if you do majorly, if you do planning and execution, you will still win. So then you list down all the things that you need to do tomorrow. Okay? All the things that needs to be done tomorrow. And then use this 4D formula. Yes. Yes, something similar. The first D stands for delete. Most of the people do opposite. They do first. But I say you delete first what is not required. What do you delete? Write down. Not urgent, not important. You delete it. Second D stands for delegate. Who can I delegate this to? Do I have to do it or can somebody else do it? Yeah. It could be urgent but not important. Then comes the third. Third is defer. Defer or maybe delay. Meaning not urgent but important. And then there's the fourth, last one, which is do. And what is that? What should you do? What should you do? Put it in chat box. Yes. Punita, you're right. Babani, Suman, yes, urgent and important. Now, there are some other theories. Some people say that in a day, morning when you start, you should start your day with not urgent and important, because by default, you will do other things which is urgent and important. Okay. Now, again, there's no right way or wrong way. The idea is you should focus most of your time on urgent and important things, or the important things. Most of the people do opposite. They do first. जो बच जाता है उसको डिले कर देंगे. I'll do it tomorrow, man. उसमें भी नहीं हो रहा है तो किसी अरे तू कर ले यार. Can you please help me this? Can you help me with this? Then they delegate. And you don't even find somebody to delegate and you can't do it. Then you delete it. छोड़ो यार, करते ही नहीं इसको. You see how funny this is? And that's where they are swamped up with the time, with the crunch of time and swamped with the work. काम कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता साला. Like I whole day I just work, काम ही नहीं खत्म होता. Shwati is raising hand. So the problem is not that you have too many things. Problem is not that you have too less of time. The problem is priority management. You're not good at priority management. Now, at the beginning, this used to come to me naturally. So I was lucky that I was the guy who would probably not do things if it is not urgent and important. I'll keep delaying it. I'm going to do things last minute when it becomes, if it's important, let's say there's a session coming up 1 week from now. I'm not a super planned person to plan the session 1 week in advance because there's so many other things. But I don't take tension of that. I put that in a 1 day in advance or 2 days in advance. That's it. Some rare cases I've done the same day also. Okay, because now my speed, my competency has gotten so up that I can do this. When did I plan today's session? Today in the morning. But you see how well I structured, how well I processed. It is properly going from big to small to small to the minuscule. because my competence has gone up. Okay. But I did not plan this 1 day, 2 days. Like I knew the broad 3-4 bullet points. I knew what is going to be the agenda. Okay. Don't try and copy me. Okay. Maybe when you're starting, maybe you need 2 days, 3 days, 4 days of planning and execution. Okay. So I actually delete this. I don't do this urgent and important. This is not urgent and important. It is important, but not urgent. Okay. So I delay it. Okay. And then if it was in my hand, I would have even delegated it. But I know I only can do this session. So I cannot delegate it. I cannot delete it. Okay. First, I say, can I not do the session? No. I have to do the session. Right. Then second is, can I delegate it? No. I cannot delegate this. Okay. Can I defer it? Yes, I can defer it, planning. And then I have to do it. This when the date comes, I have to announce it. Why? Because when this is on my calendar, I will have to do it. But if it is in my head, I will not put this in urgent important. When would I know if the date was not decided on my calendar that it's going to be on this date? I would not know 1 week prior, is it urgent or important or not? So I had to put the date in my calendar. And then I need to decide, whatever is not urgent is important. It becomes urgent when it's getting close to it. So I do it then. That's my way of doing it. But again, as I said, you do not have to be like this super planned every time. Do as much as you can and make it like a habit, natural. And I'll tell you, after some time, you'll become so good at it that you may not even have to write it on paper. You will know what are the things that you should do and you should not do. What are the top things? But for all the people who believe in simplicity, just like me, who like simple formula, come on, raise your hand if you want a simple formula and you don't want to do too many complicated things. Okay. For people like me who believe in 6 Sundays a week, who want to do less and get more done, here's what I do. I just focus on top 2 tasks of the day. That's it. That's it. No, nothing. Right? Just out of all the planning, once I do the planning and all that, what are the top 2 tasks of the day? But those top 2 tasks of the day are non-negotiable. Okay. Those top 2 tasks of the day are non-negotiable. Those are the tasks which move the needle. Okay. They can help me with milestones and quantum leaps. Those are top 2 tasks of the day. Whether it is reaching out to media person or whether it is affiliation, okay, whether it is delivery, whatever it is, the top 2 tasks of the day that I need to do, which is non-negotiable. Okay. And then you write it on a paper. Don't do thinking this thing in mind. Do it on paper. Tasks of the day, top 2 tasks tomorrow. Khatam. Okay. And then if you have more time and then you do it in the morning or whatever you can, that's why as soon as I got up today, this was my top task of the day. Prepare for this. As soon as I got up, brush my teeth, ritual quickly, research, formalize, systemize everything, structure and all, make some notes, examples, task of the top task. Okay. Second top task of the day today is there's a welcome session for my next batch. So preparing for that. If I'm done with these 2 tasks, everything else is a bonus for me now. All the operational thing, admin thing, talking to people, it's all bonus. Now, this is very important and crucial because it relieves you from the psychological pressure. Because now a lot of people have guilt that, man, I plan so much, but I don't do it. Plan so much, I don't do it. How many of you are there? Raise your hand or put it in chat box. Like I write 10 things and then I look at tomorrow, damn, I did not even do 2. How horrible I am. That's a bad. Remember the vibration that I spoke to you about, right? Guilt. Then you're in guilty mode, guilt vibration. That's a negative vibration. And you spoil next day also then. Because of you start your day with the guilt, right? But if you relieve yourself from this pressure and you say, I'm going to just focus on these 2 tasks. These are non-negotiable. Yeah, if you don't do these 2 tasks also, then you must feel guilty. Right? You must feel guilty because you do not even do 2. What else will you do whole day, man? Right? Maybe some of the task is, today I need to write from whole chapter of my book, maybe 2,000 words. That's maybe a top task of my day today. I have to do that non-negotiable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Guilty makes us down rest of the week as well, doing nothing. Yeah. It's just a spiral effect, right? It's a snowball effect. Once you get into guilt mode, then you start judging yourself that I'm not good enough, and I'm bad, I'm bad. So I relieve myself. And by the way, this I have been doing right from the day one of me starting my Passionpreneur journey. Every day, not even before I started my business, I was still doing it in 2016, 17. Every day. That's why the giver is very powerful. After this giver is done, I write my mission, my vision, my goals. I remind myself of my goals every day. I am the third category, not the first one, not the second one. I'm the third category. I write it every day, right? So, and then when I write my goals, I write it in present tense, by the way. Okay. That I have become this, I have been able to achieve this, or I have built this. I'm traveling the world with my family on exotic location. Whatever my goals were, I'm writing it. Right? I'm a champion in XYZ or whatever it is. I mastered the art of this, whatever it is. I'm writing in present tense the goals. And then the bottom of that page, then I write the tasks of the day. Every day I do it. And as soon as my task is done, I go back to the sheet and tick mark. That again gives me a sense of endorphin, dopamine. That's a drug which is found in cocaine. It gives you a kick. Endorphins, dopamine are the kind of drug that is required for your mind. So you need to give the dose of your drugs every day, right? Even the giver, don't just remember in the mind and do the giver. Write it on the paper. When you write your mission, vision, goal, just write GIVER. As soon as you're done with gratitude, imagination, visualization, you tick, tick, tick. Sense of dopamine, sense of achievement, sense of accomplishment. Then your day will be like, wow. Not only you gave a great positive vibes to your mind, but you also gave a dose of dopamine and endorphin. You just have only 2 things left, exercise and reading. If you can finish that also, man, you've done 5 things. Then you look at the task. Okay, let me just check. Quick. All right, let me just take top 2 tasks of the day, which is going to be the big needle mover, which is going to give you a big shift in where I'm going for the year. Then the rest of the day is bonus. Let's say out of 2, you can still do 2 more. Great, bonus, you're happy. You reward yourself at the end of the day. And what do? You review that sheet every night. Keep that book or sheet next to you, next to your bed or wherever it is, very accessible, that you will sit there every day. When you sit there, just look at it. Oh, okay, tick, 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 done, not done. Whatever is not done, cross mark it, that you failed at it. But if you've done past and first non-negotiable task, at least you have won your day. And this is the secret. Win your day to win your week. Because if you can win your week, you can win your month. If you can win your month, you can win your quarter. If you can win your quarter, you can win your year. If you can win your year, you can win your life. Okay. With that, I hope this session was helpful. We've gone over time, always over delivering. I do not want it to cut short. I want to share all the secret. Thank you so much. Please do share this stream in the Passionpreneur group with all your friends. And here's the call to action for all the people listening to this. If you really want to take this journey to the next level, okay? Question is what? The difference between people who become successful and some don't is not the ability, the knowledge, the skill. The difference is the people who are successful, they are the fast action takers. Some of you will look at this and say, I'm going to plan tomorrow. Some of you say, man, it's fresh. I need to start right now. Fast action taker. Okay. Those are the only people who will become successful. That's why you are the 3%er. That's why you get to the 3%. Okay. So what is more important, action or clarity? What is important? Action or clarity? Which is more important? Action is important. With action, you will get more clarity. And with more clarity, again, you'll take more action. So time for you to take action right now. Whether you're watching it live or you're watching a recording, the time begins now. Spend next half an hour, 1 hour, just thinking about this and answering the questions that I gave you and planning your calendar and booking your calendar, right? And apart from that, one more action that I highly recommend you to do, if you've not done this already, right now, go ahead and buy these 2 books. That's the biggest action you can take. Buy these 2 books, start revisiting these books once you've done your planning. At least read this book if you're really good and driven in the mindset. This book is already available, hard copy on Amazon. Go ahead and order this. Order this also, combo. It's going to be like Bible of your life. And if you're already not part of Quit 9 to 5 session, Quit 9 to 5 and Build the Business Around webinar, go ahead and sign it. Okay? Link we're going to share with you in the group. If you're in Passionpreneur group, we're going to share the link with you. Join the Passionpreneur Mastermind. If you're already the mentees, please don't sign it again. If you're already mentee or a PPM and 1CC, please don't sign it. Only for people who are not the mentees who want to learn how to find the passion, how to quit the job, go ahead and take the action. Okay. With that, thank you so much. And God bless you. Have a fantastic 2021. Go ahead and crush it. Bye-bye. Take care. Good day.